roads? It's the Ernest Hancock Show. Where we're going, there aren't any roads.
My name's Stuart Page, and I came here.
Yeah. What are we fighting for here on Declare Your Independence? With me, Ernest Hancock. Stuff. You know, the one thing I wanted to make sure we got to in this last segment here is we need to segue from, the gold standard. And this, in fact, when we put that up of Richard Nixon, it was the speech that created Ron Paul. That's why
you're right.
he went in the public service.
It created the Libertarian Party.
Yeah, no, I remember Nixon, he wanted wage and price controls.
And he got them.
And it was OSHA, all kinds of safety thing and so on, but it was an incursion from the federal government into local employment. It was just a pain in the butt. Then you had the gold standard thing. You had the draft. You had, on and on and on. Finally, there was no fixing inside the Republican Party. And only when you have Dr. Paul running as a Republican going in there, because they're so bad that, it's like grasping at a life preserver. Can we save the Republican Party not being, I don't know where the heck they're being, but, they just put a label on it and call themselves neocons and let's go kill some Muslims. And I'm going, there is what do you think it was? He comes in second. he might as well have been a tie. And he was so ignored. And Politico and CNN made it very clear. They go, we're going to ignore him out of this race.
Yeah, unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And somebody put up the video of the way they announced the winners, and then they put up the video of the way they announced the winners 4 years ago. And here's the way it went 4 years ago. In sixth place, in fifth place, in fourth place, in second place, Mike Huckabee, and in first place, whoever it was. So they went through the whole thing, started in the bottom, worked their way up the top. When the guy, I think he was the head of the Republican Party in Iowa, when he announced the winners, it was envelope please. He stood up there and he said, and the winner is Michelle Bachmann, and bang, he left the stage.
Yep.
He didn't work his way up. He didn't announce the others. He didn't announce that they were within a whisker of one another. He didn't announce anything. It was this was the phoniest deal I have ever seen. But sometimes in life there's a good backlash, and there seems to be a backlash. Oh, you got this moron?
That's him right there. Yeah. Jordan Page doing it. Doug Weed. Oh man, don't even. We'll go ahead and confirm a lot of this stuff. I got a lot of concerns about how they can't, whatever. So we'll go ahead and talk about this. I'm afraid that the Ron Paul campaign is getting too much inside the Republican Party, and it's not going to give them the advantage they think it is, in my opinion. Yeah. So we'll see. Ron's a smart guy, man. He knows what he's doing.
Well, he blasted all the other Republicans yesterday pretty good,
It's I was there 4 years ago when that happened, and if you watch that video, Ron Paul we didn't care what place we knew it was all crap anyway. There was all kinds of shenanigans going on, so we were screaming so hard you didn't even hear who was for. We don't care. And it backfired on him this time because it was so obvious the slight that everybody had to pick it up. Certainly even from the left, they're just making fun of this whole thing. But you have to look at it. Rick Perry is the one that just shocked me. Just some tip of the iceberg. He was campaign chair in Texas for Al Gore in '88.
Yeah.
I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Then he becomes lieutenant governor under Bush. Bush leaves. He's there for a long time. He appoints all his guys.
Yeah.
Been their longest governor forever. Then he was the one that really pushed this Texas corridor and NAFTA,
Oh, how about Gardasil?
Exactly.
Let's hit that.
I want to be president of the United States when I have forced vaccines on children. I'm going, are you freaking kidding me? So who in the heck is behind this guy?
Well, despite the, it's the same old people. And actually, it's probably the neocons and the neocon whack jobs. I hear that, the public story is that, he and Rove are on the outs. But I hear somebody said that, Rove's, working it from an office in Texas, working the Rick Perry thing. It's the same old bunch, It's the controlled Republican Party. It's the corporate state DNA. replicated Bush, it replicated Rick Perry, and it's just
you see,
the same old stuff.
He's a perfect example of the Republicans, Democrats. How does Barry Hess do it? He says something like, it's such an incestuous gene pool, they're going to have to change their anthem to dueling banjos. Something like that. That's a good one. So I'm just going, these guys are amazing, but you look at it, and is it just to make Michelle Bachmann look better? I mean, you don't understand their strategy. Here we have Romney. I don't know why he's there. I don't know. Who do you think's going to, they go, and the top tier, the top three is, and they kept repeating it everywhere you went. They got their little bullet points that said it's Bachmann, Romney, Perry.
Yeah. Never
even mentioned Paul.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why those three. They're going to push those three. And you go, well, which one of them's not sold out? And they go, well, Michelle, it's going to be that woman thing and Tea Party thing. And
they know she's going to self-destruct. They know that. So she's, so it's going to be Romney or Perry. Michelle Bachmann's going to self-destruct.
It's like, what it's almost like? It's like nominating John McCain.
Isn't this what the Republicans do? Isn't it? It's not, it's who's put in the time and deserves it. Well, Romney was a governor. I mean, they nominate John McCain because it was his turn. They nominate
Robert Dole.
Robert Dole because it was his turn. Well, maybe it's Romney's turn because Romney, might have gotten the nomination last time, but he didn't. But he was a good soldier, and he's been leading all this time, so it's his turn. And that's how the Republicans think. It's not about principle. It's not about positions. It's about whose turn is it.
It's soapbox to try and convince and manipulate and propagandize the American people of what the issues are.
Well, it shows you how stupid the Republicans are too. Because it's like, do you have any idea what Rick Perry stands for? What he has stood for in his public life?
Prayer
meetings.
But
he looks like a winner to me.
Prayer meetings. I like his signs.
Yeah. What?
He's got good hair.
What? He looks like a president.
Well, I'm telling you, what are the issues that they are avoiding? And they go, crazy Uncle Ron, he's just up there being crazy again. No Federal Reserve, no monetary policy, no war, no spending, slashing, nothing.
Ron Paul has created enough interest in the malperformance of the Federal Reserve that you see in the debate. Newt Gingrich is on the issue now. Newt saying, "Yeah, we got to audit this Fed. They get away with this. They get away with that." And now you see yesterday or today, Rick Perry blasts the Federal Reserve. They start printing money to help Barack Obama get elected. It's treason. Well,
that's okay when I get in there.
He's just jumping on the bandwagon. He knows the American people have been listening enough to Ron Paul and watching enough of these, the mortgage meltdown and the bailouts for bankers and the cash for clunkers and cash for caulkers and cash for appliances and, dollars for donuts and stuff, and sick of that stuff that he's jumped on the bandwagon too. Oh, he's not going to end the Fed. He's not going to call for an end to the Fed. He doesn't understand monetary policy, but he knows that, he'll pull 2 points higher if he goes in the New Hampshire primary, saying, oh, the Fed, they're going to try to reelect Barack Obama. We can't let him do it.
I just saw something. They're going to open an office for Ron Paul in New Hampshire. And, fine, cool. I'm just, it's not, God, what's the emotion? I'm doing my best not to care. It's always a culture thing. I'm just like, look, as long as the people are learning, more times that Dr. Paul gets up there to say his spiel, how can I help make sure you get to get up on stage? That's all I care about. All the rest of this stuff, I think they're wasting so much time worrying about what people think that they shouldn't be worrying about what they think.
Right.
And they're dissing the individual activity of people, hoping that they will take their efforts and give it to the campaign. They think that the money more would be better spent in the campaign. And what they are learning is that the side effect of people out there busting their butt is what created all the money for the campaign.
Of course.
And they think, no, that's money that we should have had.
It was totally bottom up. And all the amazing things that the campaign did, all the money raising, all the activists, all the victories that it had, all the presence, all the turnout, all the enthusiasm, it was all bottom up. And if that's not allowed to bubble up from the bottom this time, it's not going to be a good thing.
We'll see. They want to do it this way. We need the lesson for history, forever. Tell me about the, real quick, the book you're saying it's red and blue and broke all over. But, what's the theme?
The theme is that Americans, the American people, could have their prosperity restored if they put a stop to all the stuff that the government does. It's very simple.
I vote non-government.
If you look around the world, where's their prosperity? Well, you look at North Korea and South Korea. You look at that satellite image at night of North and South Korea. Big Stalinist government, real active. Above the line, it's all dark. Below the line, it's all lit up.
Well, let's not go down the dark side. Nope. Charles Goyette, we'll get him back on as soon as we can, because we got a lot more to talk about. We'll be right back with Ryan Mott from Des Moines, Iowa. Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.